A nice sunny and peaceful Tuesday morning here in Oswego. Well, peaceful with the exception of what sounds like a jackhammer down the river here somewhere, some sort of construction going on. It's about 7:30 and right down that direction is lock number 8, the last lock of Oswego before we get to Lake Ontario. And pretty much all these boats, all 8 or so of us, I'm pretty sure, are going to be leaving and crossing Lake Ontario today because the weather looks great out there. I'll be curious to see how many boats get through that first lock opening shortly after 8.
Well, it is July 2nd, and this is going to be the last lock we go through until we get to Canada. So we are at the end of the Oswego Canal, and we are going to be headed over Ontario Lake, or Lake Ontario today.
What?
Aren't you so excited that we're going to be crossing Lake Ontario already?
Oh yeah. Tell?
Huh?
Can't you tell? My beaming enthusiasm.
So I really liked this. I wish we actually could stay longer, but we're really excited to get up, and it is a good day for a crossing. So you got to keep that in mind when you're crossing these big bodies of water. So and we'll see some people that have already started getting ready to go into Canada. So that'll be fun. Hi, we're Mark and Mel. After raising 4 amazing daughters who are now raising our 12 grandchildren and helping people on land in the real estate business for over 30 years, we're now realizing our goal of a year-long adventure cruising America's Great Loop on our boat Paradise. This is a 6,000-mile journey through waterways that include the Atlantic and Gulf Intercoastal Waterways, Great Lakes, Canadian Heritage Canals, and inland rivers of America's Midwest cities. Join us as we navigate over 100 locks, explore cities large and small, and experience an unforgettable journey through America's Great Loop.
Well, it looks like we're number 3 to go in the lock, and the lock doors are just now opening. We're set up for starboard side. Should be good. Well, we made it through lock 8 and heading out toward Lake Ontario. We are the 4th boat in a line of 5 right here.
So it's 120 feet here?
It's 170 feet now.
170?
170.
Wow.
169 actually.
Okay, we didn't have deeper than that on
We did.
Vincent.
I saw depths over 180 feet on the Hudson River.
So look at how far that boat that was right next to us in the lock is. He's way over there booking it. He's going straight across today. We're kind of going, we're going to go kind of sideways, right? We're more like, we're not crossing the entire lake today. But there's still a few other boats around us that are traveling with us.
So far so good on Lake Ontario. We are on a heading of 7 degrees true, and we're going to maintain this heading for almost 30 miles. Then we'll take a slight turn to the starboard side for the rest of the trip up into the St. Lawrence River, and our destination today is Cape Vincent. Looks like a nuclear plant over there. Got some rollers out here, pretty gentle, no problem at all.
It's beautiful out here. The water's a deep deep color, but looks clean and clear. Any pointers for going through Lake Ontario?
Point the boat in the correct direction and watch for stuff floating in the water.
But you haven't seen anything. There's not like seaweed up here. There's not going to be
one little stick out there a little while, while back. Yeah.
Okay, that's interesting.
Wouldn't have done any damage if we'd have hit it, but
no real seaweed or anything. We're scheduled to be there before 2.
1:40.
So it was going to take us about 6 hours to go across.
But we're about an hour into our 6-hour voyage today across Lake Ontario, and it's still just beautiful, mostly smooth. We've got some less than a foot rollers coming on our port side, kind of a beam, a little bit of a beam roller, kind of quartering a little bit. You can probably see we're rocking back and forth a little bit, but not bad at all. I was curious if we were going to lose sight of land on this crossing, and it doesn't look like we are. There's, I can see the land out there. I'm not sure if you can pick it up in the video here, but we're going to be at least that close to the land off to our port side the rest of the way, so we won't be completely out of sight of land like we were in the Gulf of Mexico. But just another beautiful day. Very comfortable, sunny, cool, loving it. Well, we've been on a straight line pretty much of around 5 degrees true heading out on Lake Ontario, and we've had that heading because we have to go around this island here, which is Gallo Island, right over there. And very shortly here we're coming up on a point on our chart where we're going to make a right turn and head in a little more easterly direction. It'll be probably north-northeast, I guess you'd call it, and up into the St. Lawrence River to our destination in Cape Vincent. And I did notice that there's a lighthouse there on that island, Gallo Island. That's really cool. But we are about to enter the St. Lawrence River. That's basically right there. And that land over there with the windmills on it, that's part of Canada. It is an island in the middle of the St. Lawrence River. And over here is New York, US. And the St. Lawrence River right there. We're going to be making a right turn here shortly at this marker up ahead and on to Cape Vincent.
Wow, that's what I thought. We ended up rafting here at, oh gosh, where are we again? Cape Vincent. So that we were going to be on that free dock, but there is an old boat over there. So we are rafted up with our friends, looper friends. There is who is that? Oh, who's that over there?
Your Inheritance.
Your Inheritance.
David and Gay.
And yeah, David and Gay. And then over here it's
David and Candace.
Candace on the Candy.
Miss Candy G.
Miss Candy G.
Okay.
So I want to see what that big old house is over there too.
Okay.
But this one's pretty. Yeah.
Thank you. We'll see you later.
Okay, you too.
Well, here we are in Clayton. We are rafted there with another looper on the municipal dock here. Little park right here as you come off onto shore. This is the Cape Vincent Village Green. Did I say Clayton? I think I called this Clayton. This is Cape Vincent. Clayton is tomorrow. Very nice dock up there. Relatively new. Unfortunately, it is really kind of shallow, and there was not enough room for us to come into the one available spot, or not enough depth in the one available spot closest to shore. Market Street Cemetery. Revolutionary War veteran Corporal Samuel F. Mills, buried here, served 1776 to 1780. Wow. Well, this lighthouse was located on the Cape Vincent breakwater for 51 years, 1900 to 1951. Then they moved it here. Neat old house here in Cape Vincent, New York. And we are on this road. We've got 2 more miles to go on our bikes to get to Tibbetts Lighthouse. And there's the St. Lawrence River, which we just came down. That land you see in the distance, that is Canada. We have lots of windmills out there. There's a nice house with some cool yard art. I like that.
There's some amazing views along here. And big yards. Beautiful. We made it to Tibbetts Point Lighthouse Visitor Center. How beautiful. Right on the point here. It's the Foghorn Building. There's a lighthouse, keeper's house, and I wish I knew the story behind these steel-toed boots.
Oh, there's a foghorn.
Information about Vincent Point Lighthouse and the people who operate it, then please stop by the visitor center. Thank you for visiting Vincent Point Lighthouse. Welcome to the Foghorn Building at Tibbetts Point Lighthouse. Constructed in 1895, a steam-generated fog whistle was added in 1896 to help guide ships and small vessels safely through the foggy conditions of the St. Lawrence River.
Cup of joy.
Season, there's about 300 boats doing it right now. Yeah. And most of them are going to come through here sometime, like a month ago, about 2 months from now. We just had some delicious pizza at Cape Pizza here in Cape Vincent. Highly recommend that when you stop here. There's a very distinct smell of burning wood, like fireplaces or barbecue going on somewhere. It's really not cold enough to need a fire. But very quiet little town today. It's the 2nd of July. But the young lady in there that was helping us told us they'll be booming and busy day after tomorrow on the 4th.
Where that's the warehouse. That's the marina. The warehouse for the marina. There's a house across the street. All these beautiful flowers, and then check this out. Look at all the growth over this little building, this little stone building, which on it says Captain Jack's Restaurant and Bar. And you can see in there, you can see the tables and stuff. But man, oh man, what a cool find. That looks like it's been there a long time. And it's on the water. I wonder who owns it and why they let it go. Like it used to be a house, maybe. Like maybe they lived up above it. We didn't get to the museum, but there's a museum right next to the Chamber of Commerce. We had just walked right a couple blocks. We missed that.
Looking at this boat house over here, and something just didn't look right. Either that's some really funky architecture or that thing is about to fall down. And you know, this one over here doesn't seem to be doing that well either. Very interesting. Well, it's a breezy morning here in Cape Vincent, but here on the boat you can hardly tell because I'm pointing the camera south right now, and that's the direction the wind's coming out of. Obviously there's the shore there. So we've got almost no fetch here, and our trip that planned this morning up to Clayton is basically along the same coast and up the St. Lawrence River right up there. And so I'm assuming we're going to have a pretty calm trip, even though the winds are gusting into the mid to upper 20s, even now, according to the weather reports. But it's, you can tell it's windy. You can see the trees rustling and even hear them. And we've got a little bit of a roll here, but quite calm though otherwise. In Canada yet, but this is the closest we've been to Canadian shores so far. That is Canada right there. That is an island called Wolfe Island in the middle of the St. Lawrence River, and we're just a couple hundred yards from there. And according to the chart, the U.S.-Canadian border is actually still on our port side, so between us and that shore in Canada right there. We'll probably be crossing into Canada tomorrow. We're not 100% sure yet. On our way to Clayton today. They're doing fireworks tonight in Clayton on July 3rd, so we're excited about that.
brought the anchor up to redo it, and there was so much grass on it. I had to bring the anchor down and up and down and up to try and get it off. It still didn't get all of it off. There's just a ton of grass on there. So we'll see what happens. Nice job, Captain. Made it to Clayton. Not sure if the anchor's set or not, but it's pretty secure. It is. It's supposed to calm down later. But then again, it was supposed to rain. It doesn't look like rain. It's supposed to rain later tonight. So we will give it a little time and see if we move at all. So we seem to be swinging. So I think it's set. We're not going back further, but it's a good sign that we're swinging back and forth. Jet skiers. That's fun. And that is one loud. Somebody chopping down a tree or something. But I have to say, this anchorage is the worst. I love how pretty it is, but I've never dealt with the grass, the globs and globs of grass at anchor. Never had that. But I couldn't even get it off the anchor. To when we tried to reset the anchor, I brought it up, I would take it down, and when I tried to hook some of it off, I mean, I couldn't even see the edges of the anchorage. It was globbed on. So that was dipped it down in, and Mark moved the boat a little, and we were able to get most of it off to where at least the hooks were showing on the anchor, and then it seemed to have set the next time. But I guess we are dragging a little bit, so Mark just put out some more road. We'll see what happens.
I think the best option is to just see if it stays put with the extra road out.
Yeah.
And stay here. We're not in danger if we don't drag anymore. We're not in danger of anybody. Unfortunately, we do have a boat almost directly behind where the wind would push us if we drag that far.
But they look like they're moving too.
I think they're dragging about the same we are.
Been a while since we started the dinghy, but it started right up. There's the Antique Boat Museum.
I don't like humidity much, but here I don't feel it.
Right.
And there's that kind where they have, like, the lower half is panels, and then the upper half is shingles. So interesting. Don't you think that's interesting architecture?
Very interesting.
Oh, I love it.
Yeah, my fault.
It's all his fault. So funny. Pretty. Cups like this always make coffee taste better. A cup like that. What's it say on it?
Kids are your tomorrow.
Yeah. Look at these gigantic egg salad sandwiches. And they were like $5. Restroom Street. It's perfect right now. Well, you can see there are all the boats that were here earlier anchored out, but there's also some other boats that have come just to watch the fireworks. The fireworks show, and there's a police boat out there. He is going around and making sure everybody stays back because they are going to be shooting off the fireworks out there. So excited. Happy 4th. Well, it's the 3rd, but it'll be a day early.